Representative. This time I'd like to ask former Tax Commissioner Tom Zeno to join us.
Thank you for asking me to speak here today. Back in 2003, when I was Tax Commissioner, we developed the 5 elements of a quality tax system. And then we used that and we looked at the municipal income tax, and we made a lot of changes back in House Bill 95, many folks may remember. 2 of those elements I think are very important for purposes of the day. One of those was simplicity, that if the tax system were simple, then you're able to lower the cost of compliance, because there's really 2 costs to the tax system. There's the cost of complying with the tax system, and then there's the tax itself. If you can reduce the cost of compliance, you've effectively reduced taxes for businesses in Ohio, yet you have not impacted revenue. And so we think that simplicity is an important point. Another one of those elements was economic development concerns. You don't want the tax system to impede economic development. And as was mentioned, I think, by Representative Barnes, for instance, we are now in a global environment. So we're not just so much competing with our neighboring states who don't have municipal income tax systems quite like Ohio's. We're also competing on a global basis. And it's very important that our tax system, whether it's at the state level or the local level, is competitive. In Ohio, we have over 500 jurisdictions, municipalities, that impose the municipal income tax. Over the last 10 years, since leaving the Department of Taxation, I'm with the firm McDonald Hopkins, but I'm also a member of the Ohio Society of CPAs. I've been working very closely as a member of their tax committee with them, as well as very active in the Ohio Chamber of Commerce. And so both those organizations have had a long-standing policy of trying to encourage simplicity in the municipal income tax system, again, to reduce that hurdle to economic development. In my law practice, I help companies who have problems with state issues across the whole country and local tax issues. And I will tell you that the local tax issues they're just bigger problems in the sense of not necessarily the dollars, but in working with the authorities, understanding what the law is. It's a very problematic thing for many businesses. This is not an issue of big business versus small business. If you're a plumber and you travel around different communities in central Ohio during the day, theoretically you're supposed to report income tax and withhold income tax each one of those cities, even if you just spend an hour. If you're FedEx, you have the same problem. So, how can anybody be expected to track all that? So those are some real issues that need to be addressed. I really appreciate the General Assembly taking this on as an important element to just further make Ohio's tax system more competitive. Thank you.